on IGTV. So every time I upload an Art of Conversation podcast snippet, I'll put it in that series.
That's lit.
Mad lit.
Yellow diamonds lemonade.
All right, y'all. What's goody?
We on?
Yeah, we on. This is another episode of the
This
AOC.
man's dumb funny, bro. I'm gonna be laughing the whole time. I'm not even lying.
This is another episode of the AOC, man. Got my man's Kennedy in here and Cornell. Once again, back again. This is episode 5. It's gonna be episode 5 of the AOC. And today we're just gonna talk about stocks. A lot of people want to know about stocks and investing and all that. We're gonna get into all of that. So, stocks. What are stocks? Well, let's not even get into that. Well, let's get into that. What are stocks? Stocks are basically just shares of the company that you can buy for a certain amount of money that will accumulate through time, go up and down, Now, there's a difference between stocks and foreign exchange. Like, you can buy into stocks, yeah. But foreign exchange is like you're buying in, it's like stocks, but it's a little bit different because you're buying into currency, like actual currency. So, instead of buying into a company, per se. So, what are y'all takes on stocks for?
You want to go first?
No, I already. Yeah, do your thing,
Well, I
bro.
already said.
I already went hard with it.
Get up to the mic a little bit.
So basically, with stocks and foreign exchange, it's not really
A
different.
little bit more.
It's not really different. So like stocks and foreign exchange, it's not really so you say foreign exchange, you're buying into the foreign market. It is the foreign market, but it's more so it's the same exact thing, but it's literally the foreign market. As in like with stocks, you're investing in companies. Foreign exchange, you're doing the same thing, but it's just the foreign companies. So like with foreign exchange, when people get the whole Forex, and the prime example for that, you have two different things. Forex, you can do the, what is it called, where you get people to sign up and you get the 225 and whatever the case may be with that. So that's why like you have people who they're not trading Forex. They're selling Forex. Before you say, oh yeah, you get the sign up fee. You sign up $225 a month, or then you get somebody else to sign up. So it's like you the Forex, you the first person who started, you get me on, I get him on, we're all under you. You feel me? So now it's like, okay, it gets into the whole little pyramid thing. That's not trading Forex, you feel me? Forex is when you like, it's the same thing as stocks. You can go through a broker, you can just literally go, you can use Fidelity. You can't use Robinhood to trade Forex, can you?
You can't. You could trade Bitcoin.
Oh, all right. So yeah, you can't.
You can't trade
so
like
you can't
Ripple
really get
and
into
stuff
the
like
deep and
that.
narrow of Forex trading, but you can trade Forex by yourself without them little companies that charge you $225. You can trade it by yourself. So the problem with people is people aren't really doing the whole research behind it. They just, dang, this person's making money. I'm ready to just get into this.
People gotta. I'm sorry to interrupt you. People gotta realize that Forex stands for foreign exchange.
Yeah, for sure. That's
So
another
just
thing. They don't even know what it means.
like a lot of people don't
they
know
don't
that
even know what it means. That's
Forex
another
literally
thing, like-
just stands for foreign exchange.
Yeah, so it's like they just trading. Like they're not even trading. You can't even call that trading. You just literally just I don't even know what to call that. You just jumping in the water and then you're drowning and then you stay.
Yeah.
Then you say, oh yeah, Forex is a scam. It's a pyramid scheme. It's really not. Like just like for me, for example, I don't trade Forex, but I understand it now. You know, like I did my research on it. And then I went and I also asked people who trade Forex.
Right.
You have two different people who, I met somebody who literally doesn't trade Forex at all, and he just sells it. Like he'll just tell you like, go ahead.
No, do your thing, bro.
He'll just tell you like, yeah, like I just sell it. Like I just get people to sign up under me and to keep signing people up, but I don't trade Forex. You feel me? He straight said it, but the problem is people aren't telling. It's a hustle. People aren't telling people that though. They tell you, oh yeah, just sign up and you can start trading. They're not teaching you how to do it. They're not teaching you how to trade Forex. That's another thing. How you trade in Forex and you don't even know how to trade regular stocks? Because Forex is kind of a little bit more difficult and it has weird hours too. Because foreign exchange, it can be any time in the world, so you can trade any foreign exchange that you want to trade. So it's like you jump in the net, but you don't know how to trade stocks. Or you don't even know the definition of stocks. You don't even know what the S&P 500 is. You don't know what NASDAQ means. You don't know. It's so much to it, you get what I'm saying? So it's like, you're kind of starting backwards already. So it's like, you already set yourself up to drown. So it's like.
Yeah, like with stocks, the stock market is open from what, like 9 to 5 or 9 to 4?
About 4.
Yeah, and then so like foreign exchange, I think you can do that anytime because it's around.
Yeah, 24 hours.
You
a
can.
day.
It's around the world. You could trade
No.
when you can still do stuff with your stock when the market is closed, like past 4, but it's not
It's not really
really
So
fluctuating.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like 4x, if you get into 4x, that's definitely like sometime in my life I'm definitely gonna get into foreign exchange because at the end of the day, there's no cap on the First of all, foreign exchange is actually bigger than trading regular stocks.
Yeah.
Because it's excuse me, but it's like because there's no limit to it. You trade 24 hours a day. You can literally can get into any country, anything you want to get into. So it's like, but it's real complex. So it's like once you learn that though, you're great. But again, any craft you want to do, you got to try to become an expert at it or just perfect it because there's no such thing as perfection. You feel me? But
right, I feel like he highlighted something important. You know me, I think like. When you hear somebody's making a lot of money in something and then people just want to get into it because someone's making a lot of money or there's a lot of potential opportunity that a lot of people are getting in, like you really got to look at what you're getting into and then why you're getting into it. You just can't be getting into something just because there's a lot of people that have success in that area, you know, because then you're not going to succeed. You're just going to jump right into it. Oh, they're making all this money. I'm just going to get right into it instead of having the right process into everything that you get into. That's why I really believe you should really just enjoy like what you're doing or really like what you're doing. It's not all about, you know, the end result, like financially. You can really do anything that you want to do that you actually like doing, and you can make a ton of money off of it. All you need to do is really have that business mindset to be able to monetize on whatever you're trying to do. And jumping into investing and stuff like that, really understand, okay, why do you want to invest? There's a lot of reasons why you would want to invest. My reason on why I'm investing is because I just don't want to just have my money sit in the bank, or I want my money working for me. Like I want to be able to like be eating McDonald's, walking. I want to be able to do whatever I'm doing, and I know I'm making money passively. That's why I learned investing. I didn't learn investing because I was like, oh, I'm trying to make $1 million off investing. Now, there's some people that are, and that's their reason. They have to have like you have to have a proper reason. It's not just because, oh, there's a bunch of people making money, I'm going to get into it. That you're going to fail with that mindset. And like that's why I'm saying, like really understand why you're getting into specific things and then the process behind it. Kennedy made a good point of like trying to learn everything before you even start touching the actual stuff. Like before you even, I mean, listen, with investing, like I said on the last one, I believe you should just go pick a stock, buy it, hold it for 10 years. But if you want to like really get into it, learn all that stuff. Like,
yeah, it's like me, like the nitty gritty.
Yeah, learn everything first and then get into it. If you're just someone that, you know, wants to jump into it and because they see opportunity, like on the investing example, yeah, buy it and then hold it. But if you really want to get into it, learn everything about it first before you really just jump into it fully, because you're gonna lose like
a lot of money. You will
my
lose
man's
a lot.
added a lot of money.
Yeah, whatever you
My man added a
put
lot
in.
of money.
Trust me, I've been there. I lost.
See, I was
Yeah.
telling him earlier. Remember?
I've lost money before, plenty of
Yeah,
times.
Yeah,
Plenty
like
times.
I've
I'm
lost
not
money like
I've
doing
lost
that.
bread, like,
Trying to be
definitely.
fast, trying to be impatient,
Trying to
not
be-
really understanding it all. But like I was telling him, I was like, but it's good to sometimes like you're gonna lose first of all.
Yeah,
Like
it's no such thing as perfect.
unless
No, it's
you
not.
buy and hold for 10 years, like I said, you're going and you invest quicker than that.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you start investing weeks and months, you're gonna lose. Like it's just that simple because it's very hard. Like I said, the shorter time period that you're trying to have, the harder it gets.
Yeah.
The
So-
shorter time period you have, the faster you're gonna lose. To be
Yeah.
honest.
Well, depending on what's your risk option, depending on that. Like for me, for example, me and Cornell, we're two different traders. When we first started, like I remember when we first started talking, like probably like what, a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
When we first really realized, people don't even know that me and him hang out. Like people don't even know that we talk. Nothing. Like
Yeah.
when people see, they be thinking like I mentioned Cornell, you and Cornell hang around each other. Y'all two different people, but you would never know that. You feel me?
Yeah.
But it's like when it comes to the stock stuff, we really be talking about it. We really be yo, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to do that. Cool. But it comes down to it now. Like we're two different we're two different trades. Like me, I'm trying as I move on in life and stuff. I'm trying to become a day trader. He's more so swing trading. He likes to hold stocks. I mean, I hold a stock, but it's like I'm trying to make it more so as a living. You feel me? Like more like just more trying to be more stable off of it, learn it. you feel me, manage it. But like with him, he's just holding the stock. He wants to gain more. Like I'm trying to tell you, like he's held stocks for like he's held stocks from when you wouldn't see nothing coming. He'll hold it. Like it's been times like what's that one stock? Ripcoin. Nobody, I never even heard of Ripcoin.
Oh,
so.
Ripple.
Yeah, Ripple. Yeah,
Ripple. Yeah.
Ripple. Till I met him, I swear to God, it was like one day, like how much did you gain that one day? It was like.
Yeah, I got $3K off that.
Yeah, like 3K.
3K.
He made 3K. Like
yeah, I made 3K.
What did you start? What did you how much did you invest in that?
Bro, this is gonna kill you when you see how much you invest.
Because Ripple was like what, like 10, 30 cents?
Yes.
No, it was 25 cents. Like I got into it when it was 25 cents.
It went up one day.
And it went up to $3.
This was last year.
It's 2 years.
Because it did go up to 3
Mm-hmm.
years. It went up to $3 again last year in June.
I believe it was in 2018, like 2017 going into 2018. Because I remember I was transferring schools. Yeah, I was transferring schools. I remember, like, I'll give you the story. Like,
no, it's here. I see it.
Like literally, I think I put in like I believe I put in what I didn't put in that much.
I remember you didn't because I started doing it.
It was like I think I put in like $50. 50 to like 100, 50 to 100. And then throughout time, like as it was going up, I kept putting in more money. So I would say like I probably put in like 300 total, like into Ripple. Like, and then what happened was I was in the middle of transferring and I was in the hotel room with my dad and I looked at my phone because I had this app that said all the crypto. And and Ripple was going up because there's no aftermarket for cryptocurrency, by the way. You can trade it whenever you want. And Ripple like shot up to 3. And I looked back at this man. I was like, he was just in his bed like chilling. I'm looking back like, yo, I'm about to make 3K in your face. Like,
It be like that. It really be like that. It be like that.
yeah. And then like, but like once it went to like 3, I just cut it. I was like, yeah, I'm selling. And then so I went from putting in 50 to 100 to like $200 to $300 to making $3,000.
Yeah, then you reinvested in it.
And I reinvested like a cool 500 of that back into Ripple. Like yeah, $3,000.
Don't get it twisted though. Like, don't think like
it wasn't easy.
Yeah,
it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. That's my fault.
Don't think you should be investing in stocks like that. Well, that's not even a stock. That's like
it wasn't easy.
First of all, I don't think that's gonna happen.
My bad. Hold on.
Yeah,
let me specify like a little bit of the stuff I had to go through for that.
That's
like
that's cryptocurrency. First of all,
so when I first got introduced into crypto, like I'm telling you, a week straight, I did not look at anything else. Like I was reading everything to do with cryptocurrency. I think I was doing it for about probably like 12 hours a day. Like I would just be looking at crypto and nothing else, just trying to understand and trying to learn all of it. Because at that time, it wasn't easy to even trade that stuff. You had to go through you had to get wallets. You had to download wallets on your computer. You had to go on specific websites and exactly. You had to put money on the Coinbase. Then you had to transfer.
Password, you're done.
Yeah, you lose your password, you're gone. Like
I ain't gonna lie, I lost my password.
Yo lost his password.
To what?
To my what is it? To my cryptocurrency account, because there's no really
Jesus Christ.
no brokers to it. Like
Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah.
Brokerage or broker, so it's like using a wallet and stuff like that. So like
and they're really
they give you a password key and stuff like that. As long as I don't know what. So
yeah,
they're really
secure
secure
to
to that
stuff.
too.
Yeah, it was a bunch of stuff.
I mean, I can find it if I really want to find it, but I don't trade cryptocurrency. So
like I put in money on my Coinbase, like regular US dollars, transfer it to Bitcoin on Coinbase, went to this folder to get it translated to Ripple. Then I had to take that. I had to take the pass key for that and to put it into and I had to store that into the wallet.
Mind you, still got to do the research on which one is doing the cheapest route or whatever, how much it costs. It's a lot.
So many variables.
It's a lot to this type of stuff.
Exactly. And then you see how I explained it. Oh, I put in this and then I got that. And then you hear that, you're like, Jesus, I need to be. Nah, my bad. So that's my fault. That's my fault right there. I didn't even let you know that junk was hard. It was hard.
That's not like penny stocks either. Like, people be talking about penny stocks. That's not something you want to keep trying. That's that I'm trying to get rich type scheme. Not saying penny stock is wrong. If you got a lot of money, like somebody like Bill Gates or somebody, they can $100,000 or $1 million and that go up 1 cent. They're good. But you feel me? Like that's not something you want to bank on. Like them penny stock stuff is not. That's not it. Like you want to really gotta do research when it comes to this type of stuff. You really gotta do your research. You gotta.
Some people be spending all these rich people be spending all that money into these penny stocks and all that, like $100K, and it's only returning them like $300.
Yeah.
But think about it. Some of these people, you know, they're with their investments, they're only just spending their returns.
Yeah, you gotta. I ain't
So
gonna stunt. Like,
that's $300 on your pocket like every week. Plus the money you're already making.
People don't think.
Yeah.
People don't think like that. That's what I be trying to say. Like
that's why some people be having.
Even if you don't do stocks though, like you don't gotta necessarily even do stocks. Invest your money because you gotta think about it this way. You get paid. Let's say you get paid every Friday $100. You feel me? That $100 you put in your savings account. What are you making? 10 years from now, if you didn't put nothing else in your savings account, where's that $100 going? Still the same $100. Really, you lost money because inflation and everything that totals into that.
I'm telling you, bro.
So
I'm telling you all this shit.
Cornell was talking about this before.
You're really not making anything. You're actually losing money, saving money. You think, oh yeah, I saved $20K this year, and let me keep $20K in my account for 10 more years. You really lost. Like you didn't win because you didn't get no compound interest. You didn't get nothing because first of all, your bank interest is 0.001. Yeah. So it's like, what did you really gain? So it's like the smarter way to really go about it is like, okay, let me try to. You don't even gotta. Investing's not for everybody. Also, you get what I'm saying. So it's like he said, if you're not interested in it,
it's not fair. It's not for everywhere. It's not for everybody, and it's not the only way to make money.
Yeah, it's not the only way. So you get what I'm saying. So like with me, I say as though. You don't have to do it. Like we know how to trade, so we do it. We play with our own. Like we play with ourselves. You feel me? Like, but you can also go to the bank and tell the bank you want to invest money. They will show you to a broker and show you somebody, a financial advisor, show you somebody who will invest your money for you. You feel me? But you still should have some type of knowledge on what you feel me? Letting somebody do it. That's for anything in life. You should always have a type of knowledge of what you let anybody get your money into. So it's like, don't have to say, oh yeah, I don't know how to trade stocks. I'm not even interested in that. Cool. Still do something. You can do real estate. You can open up a business. It's so much.
I was about to say that.
There's so much things to do out here. You gotta do something though. But like, don't just be out here just living for a paycheck.
Like real estate.
That's not it. It's not it.
Real estate.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I was about to say on the last podcast, like, when you talk about starting a business, like, really think about that. Really think about starting a business right now. Like, don't get me. It's harder. It's exactly. It's like. The reason why I wanted to bring it up on the last podcast was because he already nailed it. You don't just have to like invest in stocks and invest in general. Like you don't have to. There's other ways to make money. You can start a business. Now I'm gonna look at the components of starting a business in the right way. I'm not gonna talk about the mechanics, but really think about it. When you start a business, you pick something that you believe you could bring value into the world in, and then you pretty much do that. You can start a business doing any damn thing. Like
prime example, my homeboy, his name is James Brown. This is his clothing brand right here. Like he was he had it just a year ago. This is just a year ago. Like this is when he didn't have his son. He had a regular job just like everybody else, working a regular job, 9 to 5, whatever you want to call it. You feel me? He was living like had a paycheck, had a day you get paid. One day he just straight decided like that's not it for me. Like I'm ready to have a son. I'm ready to do things for myself. He literally took his next check or two, whatever the case may be. He said, I'm gonna get a clothing brand, like, and I ain't gonna stunt. At first, nobody was rocking with it. Nobody was. A year later, go on his page. You can look him on IG. Like people buying his stuff. I'm trying to tell you, he's gonna blow. Like it's stuff like that. You gotta invest in yourself. But that's what he did. He invested in himself. Even when nobody believed in him, he invested in himself. It's just like you have to do that when it comes to this type of stuff. But it's a business, and like he said, any type of business. It could be anything. But it's just all based on what's your craft. That's all it is to it. You don't gotta say, "Oh yeah, he's doing good at stocks. Let me go jump in that."
And it doesn't even need to be your craft.
Yeah, really.
Do you know another way you can invest? Invest in your friend's business.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's for sure. You can be
help them start up a business.
Yeah,
like if you have money,
doing something,
you could be in a financial partner.
Yeah,
because if they're not gonna get it from you, they're gonna get it from somewhere else.
They can be the face, and you just in the backbone. You feel me? Throwing the money.
You can give them, and then
we talk about this type of stuff all the time.
Sign up. Type up a contract. Y'all know what credit is. If you don't know what credit is basically the method of getting lended money that you need to pay back And sometimes there's interest, sometimes there's not. But be their credit, be their loan. Give them a loan and be like, all right, bet this is my loan or this is my investment. Any of your profits, I want like 10%. Say they make $100, 10% of $100 is $10. Right. So for every $100 they make, you get $10. That's $10 in your pocket.
Yeah, your $100 is going
simple.
Just sitting in your savings account or bank account. You feel me? Like I said, like you said, just invest. Like people think, oh, rich people don't invest. Rich people actually, they invest like crazy.
They
like,
always
if
invest.
you really do your research and go look at what rich people do, like take JayZ for example. That man invested like crazy. He invested like crazy. Like it's ridiculous. Not only him, like that's Meek Mill for example. Meek Mill now, he wasn't investing at first. He wasn't doing nothing. He was just a rapper. You get what I'm saying? But now the way he's changed his whole life around because he's trying to go from one stage in his life to another stage in his life of trying to be like JayZ. Like you go talk to him or just go look at some of his interviews. He tells you like, those are my idols. Like I want to be like them someday. Him, JayZ, P Diddy. Like he wants to be like them someday. Like
y'all think these rappers really just be making
they think they just be
off of rap money?
You're dumb. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm sorry. You're dumb.
Bro,
if you think it's like that, you're dumb. Like they really be investing. LeBron James. LeBron James has a pizza spot in Towson called it's called Blaze. Yeah. Like nobody knows. Yeah, like nobody. That's what I'm saying. People don't be knowing. These people really be investing. Like it's just like Rudy Gay. Like Rudy Gay just opened up a new gym in
Rick Ross
on Joppa Road
like,
called I forgot what it's called. 24 something like that. Like
Rick Ross has Rick Ross has like 100 plus.
Oh yeah, the
Checkers,
Wingstops. You got
Checkers and Wingstops.
Yo, people really investing in the new wave, bro.
It
the
is
21st century, bro.
Think about it. Like, you have money, use it. Like, like I'm sorry. Like, I'm approaching it wrong because I've just been in it in a minute. So, you have money. Like,
that was good.
You have money. Like, stop. You're not using money by buying stuff you don't need. Like, you're blowing your bag. Like, basically, you're blowing your bag. Why? Because like 5 to 10 years later, are you going to? Why do I keep saying 10 years? Why do I keep saying 5 years? When you look into the future and not your present, a lot of things are going to clear out. Like, you're going to see the picture is going to get clearer when you're looking into the future. Because think about it. If you're focused on your next step, your next 5 steps, your next 10 steps, your next 15 steps, like if you're focused in the future, not only is going to help you plan your steps now to get to where you need to be, you're going to know where you want to be. You're going to know how to get there, right? And it's going to get easier rather than focus on day-to-day present. Like, oh, I'm doing this today. Then I'm doing this today. Then I'm doing this today. And you're focused on the now. How are you going to – there's no way you can possibly make a big financial return if you're focused on the present. Mm-hmm. Everybody who's made billions of dollars, multi-millions, have seen something in the future, right? Or have looked to the future.
They're working towards something, basically.
They're working towards something. They see opportunity that other people don't see. There's a lot of like things in the future that you can find that can make you a lot of money. Like that, it's not all about the now. It's about the next step. I'm telling you, always look towards the future. Never just be consumed in the present, and never let your past hold you back. Like your past is a learning lesson. You should be on autopilot in the present. Why? Because you've already thought about it. Like I've been on autopilot for like a year and a half. Like I don't think twice on what I'm doing. Like because I already thought about it. I'm focused on next year. I'm focused on the next 6 months. Like Jeff Bezos, he lives, was it 2 to 3 years in the future? I think he lives 3 years in the future. I think he lives 2. It's either 2 or 3. This man literally said, when people come to him about his quarter for Amazon, they go like, "Oh, that was a great quarter you had." The man literally says, "Thank you, but I already thought about that 3 years ago, 2 years ago." No, I swear he said this. Like, he really said that. I'm not lying. Like, this man said it. He said he lives in the future. He said everything that's happening with Amazon right now, he's already thought about it. This man literally, his reason for starting Amazon, exactly. His reason for, like, not the reason for starting Amazon, but something that made him take that leap to go out of his job that paid him $250K a year, hedge fund in New York. He looked to when he was 90 years old at his deathbed, and he looked backwards, and he said, "Let me minimize my regret. That's all he said. He looked at to when he was about to die, and he looked backwards on his life and said, like, how can I minimize my regret the most? And that made him start Amazon. Like, that got him to go like, oh, I'm going to start Amazon. All right. Because the reason why he was doing it because how the internet was booming and stuff like that. He seen the internet was growing 2,000%.
Smartest move you could have made.
Exactly. Think about it. Everybody. So,
and the thing is, let me even pause you right here.
Yeah.
The reason why that the simple things fly past our heads is because we're so focused on stuff that we're not supposed to be focused on.
I mean, like,
if you really think about it, my fault. If you really think about it, now, do you know how easy it was? Internet access back then was so easy and simple.
Yeah.
So easy and simple. Most of the things that we do now that are innovated now today aren't rocket science. Like, literally, if you just sat down and think, like, if you literally just sat down and thought about it, you would have thought about it before the person who thought about it thought about it.
But people don't do that. We don't think that much nowadays, you know? So it's like, but that's why I said, like, for me, for a prime example, I'm not going to sit here and say I don't like nice things. I'm not going to, that would be a lie. I like nice things. Everybody who knows me knows I like nice things. I like buying good things for real. So it's like, when I say that, I feel as though, like, you gotta know how to, it's balance. It's all about balance. Like, people, but that's the thing. I don't show that part of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like to me personally, social media only sees a certain part of my life. It don't see nothing else. Social media wouldn't know that me and him been on the phone till 3 a.m. sitting here talking literally 3 a.m. or sometimes till somebody falls asleep, really talking about business ideas, business plots and stuff like that. Nobody knows that, but I don't show that part. You get what I'm saying? But that's why I say I feel as though, like, it's always a balance, because it's like, I know how to have fun, but I know how to lock in and get serious about my work, because at the end of the day, I know where I want to be at in 10 years or 5 years or whatever the case may be. Like, I know what I'm doing everything for. Like, school, I know why I'm going to school. I know why I'm spending this money. I know why I want to invest in this company. Like, you have to know why. Like, you get what I'm saying? But you also have to know, like, it's a balance to everything, because you can't. I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh yeah, don't do dumb stuff with your money." Like how he was saying, like, you feel me? People blow a bag on dumb things, which is true. You shouldn't just be blowing the bag on dumb things necessarily. But you feel me? You gonna want to treat yourself, whatever the case may be. Yeah. Like, you feel me?
Remember, I said that.
You feel me? That's how. Yeah, it's all about that. But like he said though, you had, like, let's say you invested your bread, like you just said earlier. Most people who invest their bread, they use the initial investment, and then after that, they're using that investment to keep building them more money. You get what I'm saying? So, like I said, it's all based on what you want to use that bread for. Because if, let's say, you're using it to, some people, I know somebody, I think it was my sophomore year when I really got into investing. I remember it was this girl who invested in the beginning of the year, and her bread, I forgot what company it was. She paid school off with that. Damn. When I heard that, I was like, dang, that's tough. I was like, she's tough. Like, I didn't even think about that. Like, dang, $100, $200, but it's like all about what you want to put into yourself at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say it's always a balance, because it's like, with me, I know I like good things, but I also know I like to be serious. Like, I was just telling somebody today, like, this dude was like, yeah, I'm ready to go to the library and rent a book out, whatever the case. I was like, why are you renting that book? Why don't you go buy the book? The book is only $15. But you go spend, he was just hitting me saying, bro, you like these shoes? Shoes is $200, which is not saying I'm not going to be, like I said, I'm not going to be a hypocrite, because I like them same shoes too. They $500, whatever the case may be, but I might buy them shoes, but I still would buy that book that's $15. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all about putting it into yourself. So it's like, just make sure everything is balanced. You can do all types of things. You can be serious and have fun at the same time. Like, that's a thing. It's just a matter of where your mindset's at. So
it's not us telling or bashing people like what not to buy and whatever.
Nah, for sure.
It's just don't be dumb.
Yeah, literally, like don't be dumb.
Don't take this the wrong way. I'm being 100% real, bro. Like, just don't be dumb. Like, we're in 2020. We're in 2020, bro. You know right from wrong.
Dang, he's doing this, he's doing that, but they don't know, like, people be doing that. Like, they see you get on IG, dang, he just be blowing bread, or he just be he just parties every day. But little do they know that you're in the house slaving in your book. For real, bro. When you're working on something, bro, you're slaving. If you're not slaving, what you're doing is like, are you really doing what you really doing? You get what I'm saying?
That's the problem. That's the problems of humans.
You get what I'm saying? Because it's like when I came down here, I said, "Damn, I didn't even know you was doing this whole little podcast. I didn't even know you was locking in like that." Did I not say that? I did not. I did not know you was doing. He's like, "I've been locked in." I didn't know that. You get what I'm saying? Like, people, you only know what people tell you or what people show. You get what I'm saying? Like, you look at me, you would never. I'm trying to tell you, people look at me and would never say like, "Oh, you read books." No, people don't know I read books. People don't know I read books. Like, people don't know I even know, or me, like I said earlier, people don't know me and Cornell socialize or talk or anything like that. Or people don't even know I invest unless I say, yeah. Or what do you do? I invest here and there. I do something time to time, whatever the case may be. But that's why you should never judge a book by its cover. Like, it's not so cliche, but it's so true.
And the thing about what you said about people don't know. Yeah. One of the biggest problems of today, us humans, is we like to do things that we already know the result to and expect another result.
It's called being comfortable.
Nugget.
We already know the end result.
Yeah, that's comfortable.
That's why I said you can spend whatever you want on whatever you want. Doesn't matter, but just don't be dumb. Y'all know if you buy these Jordans and these clothes, and I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with Jordans. I buy Jordans. I'd rather you buy Jordans than designer shoes, to be honest, because Jordans are cheaper.
Yeah, it just depends. Yeah, like me,
I'd rather
like
you buy Jordans than Yeezys because Jordans are cheaper.
Yeah.
But if you know you've seen somebody throw their money away at designer and all this stuff and didn't invest in themselves, and then one day just didn't have money.
Yeah, they're doing it wrong.
And now they're trying to get back. Don't turn around and literally follow their footsteps from the beginning. Follow their footsteps to the point where they turned around and say, okay, we need to stop doing that.
But that's the problem with people. People don't care to know what people really going through. People don't care to really understand what people really doing. That's what I'm saying. Like, people don't understand. They just see the end result. Like, they just see, like, dang, they blowing that bread. They don't know that, like, oh, no, he suffered before. He went through some hell for that bread. Like, he's just treating himself now. Like, that's all it really is. Like, he really just treating himself. Like, that's how it really is. Like, people don't understand that. That's where the mindset comes into play, though.
Fall in love with the process of everything you do.
Yeah, that's actually important.
It'll make everything comfortable. If you fall in love with the process of everything you do, don't even worry about the end result.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
just work on it.
It's going to come. You just
don't
can't.
Even worry about it.
You can't worry. I used to be like that though. I used to worry about that.
Fall in love with the process.
If you don't fall in love with the process, you'll probably quit.
You'll quit one.
No,
2,
you'll quit.
No, you're literally gonna quit.
You're gonna quit.
You're gonna quit 1, and then 2, you'll stress yourself. Yeah. Because you're not at the result.
Yeah.
You're just gonna keep telling yourself, "Oh, I'm not there. I'm not there."
Yeah. Why is he there? Why am I not there? Yeah. Why? I'm trying to tell you, it be like that. Like.
But then, how do you like execute your stuff like properly if you don't love the process? Like, if you only want the result, I mean, you can say like, the result is going to carry me through everything, but the result is going to happen so far away that you
can't really think about it that way.
It's like day by day.
It really is.
Yo, I'm not lying. Like, and I like that we're talking about this because I don't really like show everything that I do on my social media. Like, actually, I don't show anything.
You don't show anything at all. You don't even get on it. So he be on it but not on it. Like, he don't post period. Like, I post a lot. Like, I post.
I'm trying to start doing that now. I'm trying to show my process.
Yeah, you show. Like me, I don't show. I ain't gonna lie. I don't show nothing. I literally don't show anything. Like, if you go on my social media and you look at me, you'll look like, oh, he's just somebody who knows a couple people here and there. He just likes to have fun. Yeah. He goes to Morgan, or he does this and that, or he knows this type of people that you would never know that. Oh, damn, he wake up at 6 and read books. Or he wake up and he go do this, or he be talking to this type of people. Yeah. Or he do some business. You would never know that.
Know
him. You wouldn't even know he do anything. He don't post. He doesn't post anything, bro. So it's
for real.
Like I said, social media really. Social media. No, it's all types of people though. That's what
anything
I'm saying.
you see Cornell post is like the complete opposite.
I don't.
He's doing anything.
When he does post, it's just like, what are you posting for?
It's like the complete. That's
what I'm saying.
Like, you'll see what he's posting. You'll see what he post, and just do the complete opposite.
Yeah, like, you just gotta. That's why I say you gotta understand. Like, when it comes, that's why I say, like, people, like, that's why I don't even talk to people about investing. That's another thing though with me. Like, I wanted to say to people,
Yo, they just
bro,
exposed me, yo.
you should invest. You should invest. Cause people be like, bro, he don't even do it himself. And what I just sit there and laugh. Like if I tell you that, like, I'm my home, bro, I've done it with my homeboy before. Like, bro, I'd be like, bro, give me this bread real quick. I'm ready to invest in. You gonna make this bread. Like that's how it be though. But people don't. One thing people be like, am I gonna make money? It's a possibility you might lose, but
does it matter?
That exactly.
Damn.
It's worth the rest of your $100 just sitting there.
You want to invest,
bro.
You're gonna make some money. Everybody always has to set goals. I want to make $1 million.
That's the problem with people, bro.
You're not gonna necessarily make $1 million unless you had insider trading, and that is highly illegal.
They said highly.
Yeah, highly illegal. People
highly
do it.
illegal, bro.
The rich white people doing it. Trust me. That's why they
white people
they
do that
doing
shit.
it,
A lot of white people and a lot of rich people do that
I need some
shit.
people. I do it too. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But it's highly illegal, and if you get caught, you're gonna get in serious trouble, bro.
Like, that's how it is. But
You getting calendars, boy. You're not getting no petty juvenile time. They throwing you in a cell.
Investing right now, you know what really comes down to it. It comes down to investing is not hot. It's not the cool thing to do.
I don't think any like. I think the
anything has to
end
do with
result.
financial
No, the
stability
end result of business is like hot, but only to like entrepreneur. I feel like
Entrepreneurship
to the
is not-
general like
Yeah,
public
yeah,
business
exactly.
is not
It's
hot.
not. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
it's
working
It's
is
not
not.
hot.
You tell
You
somebody
know,
invest
oh
that
my
bread.
God. You know, I'm sorry, but
Go
you know
ahead.
what's crazy? How is the man that runs the company not hot, but the products are hot?
Yeah.
What the hell, bro? I'm sorry, like that is bro. I'm just like I'm done, bro. Like I don't know.
He's just spaz, bro.
Bro,
Be
like,
like that.
Yo,
no, I ask those questions
Yo.
every day, bro.
Yo,
Like
yo,
I
be
ask
like
these type of
that.
questions every day. Another question I'd be
y'all
asking
want to
myself
be
is
like the models. You don't want to be like the CEO of the company, bro.
yeah, like
Bro, the last
What?
podcast we had,
just
this
don't
dude
get it.
spazzed out. He was like, these football players are making $1 million, but the owners of these teams are making billions, and they don't have any
They
head
don't even-
head
they
they don't got
energy.
no brain damage.
No
like
brain-
None of that.
they don't have
And they're
any
making
brain damage.
billions.
And they're
Think
making
about it.
billions.
Think
of
about
dollars
it.
per-
And that's why I come back to say, JayZ and P Diddy for a prime example, bro. They're in the top 10 when it comes to rapping or whatever you want to say they do. But what do you have? When's the last time you really heard them make a song? Bro, they don't think about making some music. What are they doing? They're investing. They're opening businesses. They're putting black people in
I mean, I would
college.
like to hear some JayZ, but
I mean, yeah, you would, but it's like he's not worried about making music, bro.
He's not.
That man's a business guru right now. Bro.
Yeah,
like,
he is.
They really like that. P Diddy
I'm
just
gonna
sat
get
down.
a rapper here
Bro,
one
P
day.
Diddy just had an
Or something,
interview with
yeah,
Ray
rapper.
So
Ray
he can-
Dalio the other day.
Yeah, I
Sure.
seen that on
Yeah.
YouTube. I
People
was
don't probably
like,
don't even know who Ray Dalio is though. Like I just like,
and
that's
these
the- that's- he's a
these are
crazy-
people that the rappers and the athletes be looking up to. Cause
Hey,
listen,
but
bro,
they don't know that.
They don't
think
know.
It's all about the rap
Listen,
music. Bro,
like really, peep. I just want you to pay
educate
attention to
yourself.
something. Look at the rappers. Look at the athletes. What do they do after they retire? They invest and they start businesses. Why? Because that is the upper level. That's the next step after that. After what they do.
Think about rapping. Think about rapping and playing games as their 5 to 9. When you
Oh my
stop
God.
leaving,
Yes.
when you
That's what it is.
people who work 5 to 9 should hear this.
Nugget.
If you are a 5 to
Jam
9,
and a
you
nugget.
work. You have to work your 5 or 9 to get your check. They have to play these games and they have to do these shows to get their check. If they retire from rap or NFL, they will no longer get any money.
Yeah.
Why? Because they don't rap or they don't play. They don't play anymore. If you quit your job, you no longer get a check. Why? Because you don't work that job. So obviously you're gonna need some type of back end. For that.
That's what it's really
Now
called.
some of these
Passive
people,
income.
you know, they
That's why I
have
get into that.
merch. Some of these athletes, they have merch. Yeah, and they live off of that.
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, but other than that, they don't live off of. It's nothing compared to what they were doing when they were active.
Right.
So they invest. A lot of these people start investing afterwards. JayZ doesn't even have to invest no. Well, he does,
He really
Like,
doesn't. He doesn't.
but
If
he
wanted
doesn't
stop-
really
if he
have
wanted
to
stop
be
putting
honest.
money-
If he wanted to stop
putting
right
money
now,
into
he
stuff, He
could.
can stop.
He could
He's
because
good for
he's
generations,
good
bro.
for. Because his name has him and Beyonce. Their names have now become brands.
It's
Yeah,
beyond
damn,
ridiculous,
yeah.
bro.
So whatever
They
their
can walk
kids
into any
do,
room, bro.
people are going to start paying their kids to do
Yeah,
stuff.
bro,
So
they can walk into any room, bro.
they don't even need to
With white
touch their
people, not
parents'
just black
money.
people either.
They don't
can
even
walk
need to
in, bro.
touch their parents' their money. Like Blue could literally get paid just to do something, because she's Blue.
Yeah, that's fact. Lil Baby's son is freaking. It's in I don't know if it's Finish Line or Foot Lockers.
Yeah.
Lil Baby poster.
Because DJ Khaled like kind of started that.
Even
same thing.
Khaled,
Khaled and Asad.
His son made an album.
Asad doesn't even
technically
need.
His son made an album.
Yeah.
By the way,
straight all
Yo can't even talk. I mean, he probably can talk now, but at the time, like, Yo couldn't even speak, and he made an album.
All to him, bro.
All to him.
Asad
tough.
doesn't even need to. Assad doesn't even need. We're gonna talk about that soon. Assad doesn't even need to touch DJ Khaled's money after he goes.
He don't need to at
His
all.
name is just rings bells. Everybody's going to start paying Assad just to advertise their stuff, come to their shows, come to their clubs. Small money. He could be a teenager making club appearances and making chump change off of that.
That's hard.
That is hard.
Just to move around. You know what I'm saying? Like, same thing with that happens with who's somebody who does that? That's a child.
What?
That does appearances. That's like a child celebrity. I think like Diggy Simmons and them. They do the same thing.
P. Diddy's kids.
P. Diddy's kids. The same thing
example,
now.
Honestly.
Reginae, Lil Wayne's daughter. Lil Wayne's daughter. She gets paid for appearances now.
T.I.'s daughter.
T.I.'s children,
They're all in it.
They all get paid for
them,
and they're not touching their parents' money,
doing
not
it,
even yet.
They're not doing
You feel me? So
Yeah. Yo, I'm not even gonna lie. I wanted to highlight something before I lose this thought. Really, like, if something is popular or if something, like, if a lot of people know about something, it's not important. Like, and something that made me think about it is, like, when we're...
Not that it's not important. It's already saturated.
My fault.
shit.
Because I got the mindset that we're already, like, it's not in terms of, like, getting up in the world, my bad. Like, getting to the top.
Mm-hmm.
All the popular stuff, like, that you see...
It's already been...
It's not, like, you're not going to get the knowledge and value you need. I think this is a clear example of what we were talking about, how the media, like ESPN, will show how Draymond Green and KD be arguing on the court, but they won't show you that they be laughing at the startups they invested in San Francisco.
They wouldn't.
Golden State, do you know where that is? It's in San Francisco, the hottest tech spot in on the damn planet in Silicon Valley. Listen, they'll show you them arguing. They'll show you all the drama that's going on, but they won't show you that these people are laughing at the startups they invest in.
Yeah. Bro,
Really peep about what you listen to. Like, the media, they show you a bunch of BS. The real stuff that you have to watch to get up in this world is the other direction. You have to find it yourself too. And it's there already. Like, you already see it. You just gotta dig.
And think about
it.
Look how big the Golden State Warriors are.
I forgot who they said. They said if you want to hide anything from somebody, you know what they say hide it in a book, in a newspaper. If you want to hide anything of importance, hide it in a book or a newspaper, because people don't pick up books. It's true. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Phone's ringing.
It's not mine. Like, I didn't even pick up books.
Cuzzo.
I didn't even pick up books until what?
No, that's true though, because nobody pick up a book.
Yeah, bro. I did not like reading my whole life.
I didn't either. I didn't start reading until like last year.
I did not read my whole life. Like, I used to hate read. I used to fake read whatever you had to do to pass the class. I started really reading. I really started really reading like a year or two ago. That's really honestly when my mind really kind of opened up. That's when I really started noticing, like, damn, like, the way people be thinking kind of be fucked up. Like, excuse my language, but like.
And let me tell you, the biggest thinkers, I want y'all to know something. The biggest thinkers never put their thoughts on the internet. They put them in a book.
Exactly. And that's like, I think.
They'll put them in a book.
Like, you guys really exposed me.
Because the internet is controlled by somebody.
Yeah.
The whole internet, wherever you put something on IG and they don't like it, they can take it down. You put something in a book.
I'm not gonna stunt though, but the thing is with life is the way our life is moving now though. Everything's becoming so technology and everything like that everything's kind of starting to go to the internet. Like you like podcasts, so that you can't. It's just a matter of what you want to actually look for.
Jesus Christ.
Certain things are easier to find than other things. You get what I'm saying? So like, because the way the world is moving towards an internet type based thing.
Jesus Christ.
You see people making YouTube video, podcasts. You see all those things going on. And so
right
everything is easier to get now. You get what I'm saying? So
right
you can't even say let's say like some people who don't like reading or who don't even know how to read. You literally can go on YouTube and just put some earphones in and listen. Literally, like I ain't gonna start like now. I used to bump straight, rap, and whatever the case may be in my car. Sometimes in the morning, I ain't gonna lie, in the morning time I'm going somewhere, I do not listen to that stuff. Like I still listen to it, but in the morning time I listen to podcasts or like something motivational. It's just something to get my morning going, my mind running and racing, and start to get me thinking and blood flowing. But like you gotta look for it. People don't want to look for it. If you go,
because all this stuff is just feeding your mind.
Trending. You're gonna see the top 10 albums, but you won't see top 10 motivational speakers or top 10 investments you should invest in. You get what I'm saying? Like, you gotta really dig for that. Like he was saying, you gotta dig for those.
You gotta dig because like all that stuff is easily accessible.
And it goes back to what I said earlier.
It's there.
That people make things hot. Just like this is why I started this is really the reason why I started this because I wanted to put positive energy into the world, and I wanted to highlight conversations so people can start thinking more. That's why I put this. That's why I started putting. That's why I made this up.
It's smart because I'm trying
now,
to tell
so
you.
think about it.
People don't. No, people. You got, for real though. You
so think about it. Think about it. People negativity is put out.
Yeah, that's
Wait,
facts.
I'm sorry, but do you know why? Negativity. Why? Do you know why the media? I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep it a buck.
People love it. People love being negative though. People love that type of stuff.
I read a book. It literally told me why the media sells negativity so much, because you're going to pay attention to negativity more. You're going to be hooked on negativity more than positivity. So that's why the news always be playing negative stuff, by the way. Mm-hmm. That's why you always see the bad stuff in the news. Like, you might have to take this out, but like...
No, I won't.
All right. Well, that's why that's why you always see negative on the news, because it will sell your attention harder, because they want you to stick around for the commercials. They want to get your attention because the more people that watch it, obviously, the more money that they make. If they keep selling you the negative, your mind literally pays attention to the negative more, because it's trying to do what? Keep you alive. Remember we talked about the other podcast, how we're wired on survival? Our instincts go further than society is just a more complex version of who we used to be. Our instincts control a lot of what's going on. Why do you think?
Oh, wait. What
I'm
did
sorry,
you just
like,
say? Wait.
I'm just saying, like,
this thing. Wait. Go back. He says society is just.
It's a complex version of of what we used to be and who we are. Honestly, it's just it's a complex version of how the world used to be. It's a complex version of us as humans. Think about why sex, right, be driving like human culture, sex, and it's a universal thing. Why? Because the reason why we're here, our goal is to reproduce and recreate and copy our genes. Mm-hmm. A lot of the reason why we do certain things and we love certain things is because that's the way we're wired. The media, going back, they sell us negativity because our brains are going to be wired on negativity more than positivity. Yeah, we stick around in negative things more than positive things.
That's why social media is so tainted. That's why y'all don't like social media. That's why y'all say social media is toxic, because they're selling it.
Y'all choose that.
Y'all choose it.
Y'all choose that.
People create trends. People make what's hot. People put out negativity.
Yeah, it's facts. Like, you got to remember that.
The same way people could put out positivity and could destroy trends and could stop this, that, and the third. It's the same way. It's the same exact way. But y'all don't see it. Every time something bad happens, you'll be like, oh, why is this happening? Why is this on here? Because people put it on there.
Yeah, it's facts. That's just like saying, let's say Lil Baby or Gucci Man or NBA Youngboy. Let's just say, let's say, forget them rapping about what they rap about. Yeah, they rap about what they rap about. But let's say they started really saying here, telling y'all, like, I'll be investing my bread. People would be like, hold up, he investing? But that's the thing. They do.
Lose at least 20% of his followers.
Who? No, I don't think they lose. No, they wouldn't lose their followers. People are followers. People are followers. They're not gonna lose nothing. It's gonna start showing people. They're not gonna lose nothing. I promise you, they wouldn't lose nothing. They're not gonna lose nothing. People are just gonna start understanding them. Oh, damn, investing. Like,
because they're the cool kids.
Because they're the cool people, really showing the world what to do. You know what I'm saying? That's just like now with Meek Mill new interview where he showed about how like the hood mentality is really not the way that it's not really not the wave, and everybody's been reposting it.
Not everybody's saying that.
You know what I'm saying?
Because Meek is saying that.
Yeah.
Because he's the cool cat right now.
Meek Mill's the cool
now
cat.
let's take it back. Let's take it back. Let's put that onto somebody who's not really the cool cat, like Chance the Rapper. Like Chance the Rapper. A lot of people said Chance the Rapper's album last year was trash. No, it wasn't.
I didn't listen to it. So.
It wasn't. He didn't. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
He was on that joint talking about marriage, love, wealth, the black community, and how we should be empowered, and just living a good life. That's all he talked about the entire album. I listened to the whole thing. The production was on point. The features were crazy. Yo, he had In Vogue on that joint. Like In Vogue. The 90s group on a 2019 album. We're not even gonna get to that, but he had them on there. He had John Witherspoon as one of the, rest in peace, as the skits. He had them on each skits, like the little Black Family skits, all of that. Everything was positive throughout that whole album. People said it was trash because it wasn't acid rap. Because acid rap is when Chance was on drugs and all types of stuff. You feel me?
Again, that's just people being stuck in the past. That's the problem with people, though. Nowadays, you're stuck in the past.
Now, I understand you didn't like the album, but to say it's trash, you just did a little too much.
Yeah, people. I mean, again, everybody has their own opinion. That's why I said, like, with the whole investing thing, like I was saying earlier, because I forgot. We is getting carried away a little bit. But like,
that's how
but
it's going, bro.
Yeah, it goes like that. But it's like,
like
you got to, but just to get it back to the whole investing thing, people feel as though, like, oh, like, invest is only for rich white people or this and that, which I can't even lie to you. Back in the day, like in the 60s when the internet and everything wasn't around, where you had to be on Wall Street, you had to really be there in order where you had to call in, and there was a big little thing. It was only meant for big companies and stuff like that. But that's why the internet came around. Now it's made it for people who are not so the richest and stuff like that. You feel me? You get what I'm saying? Like, now you can get into it now. Like,
and let me highlight what you said about you said people used to say that investment was just for white people.
Yeah.
I remember this. This I will never forget this day. There's 3 days on Twitter I will never forget. And one of these days is it. 3 days on Twitter I'll never forget. One of them is this. JayZ did a concert at the B Club in New York. He has a club called like the B-Side Club or something like that in New York. And he was honoring Nipsey. This is like right a little after Nipsey Hussle died.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
And he rapped about black people gentrifying the hood before white people do it.
That's
and
facts.
Everybody burned him for it.
Yeah.
They was like, oh, why do you want black people to gentrify their own hood? That's bad. Da, 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 da. Half these people don't even know what gentrification is.
That's very facts. A lot of people don't.
He literally just said, he was literally just saying, invest in your town before these white peoples come and do it and kick y'all out. That's basically what he was saying. Everybody threw him under the bus for it.
That's facts.
Everybody. It was some people were saying, oh, y'all lost. But majority of Twitter put him on fire for it.
Somebody sees something, they just start talking. They don't even understand. And that's why JayZ is really, if you look at the music JayZ is produced now, it's gone from fucking bitches, whatever case may be, to telling you knowledge about how he's buying investments and buying houses and buying his neighborhood back and buying artwork that costs $3 million. Like, that's why they can really sell it anytime, but he doesn't even choose. He said
he could have bought a house in Dumbo for $3 million. It went from $3 million to $22 million.
Like, bro, like,
Dumbo is the area under the Brooklyn Bridge.
That's sick.
This is where black people used to sell crack.
Yeah.
Fucking crack. This is where people used to. This is where people. For real.
It's sick.
This is where people used to sell crack.
And that's why, bro. And that's why I be trying to tell.
This is where people used to get shot, killed, kidnapped, raped. This is where it used to go down. This is the hood. This is where the ghetto used to be when the crack epidemic came out in the 80s, under the Brooklyn Bridge, where the train is done, where the train go by and all that. And now you got houses near there worth $22 million.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's fact, man.
$22 million.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you, investing is the way to go. My little sister's, I think she's 17. She just came to me the other day. She said, I'm trying to invest some money. I was just like, dang, that's tough. Like, I remember, bro, when I was 16, I remember this, bro. Like, that's why I low key, like, for me, I know investing and being a whole little stockbroker and all that stuff, I know that I'm meant to be there because it's like, I just didn't know yet. It took me years to figure it out because I've had so many different things that I've been doing. I've went through so many phases in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people can watch this and say, I don't even know who that is right there. Like, the kind I know is on some real.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm afraid to like really be talking how I.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what
how
I'm
I am right now
weird.
too. Like,
I'm just getting
it's
into
weird.
it.
It's weird to me too because it's like people probably gonna watch like, dang, like.
Yeah.
I know he not talking like he was just at the store doing that, or he was just doing this back in the. But it's like that's the old past. You really won't, and you won't see me talking about that type of stuff no more. Really, that's what I'm saying.
Sell crack.
It's crazy though. That's why I said when my sister said it to me, bro.
Used to sell crack.
I remember when I was 16 trying to. I remember
Nipsey used to sell drugs.
He did. But I said to my father, I said I want to invest. My father was like, all right, let's go to the bank. I remember that I was 16. You got them. I really ain't had no money. I ain't had had a job with working at Wendy's, and I remember that I was like, I'm gonna invest. The dude was like, oh. I
like that. You was working at Wendy's.
Yeah, I was working at Wendy's.
You don't have to graduate just to invest.
No, I was 16 years old. I said I want to work.
You got niggas out here working at Walmart. Y'all know what a W4 is? A 401k is?
Don't even get me started on my phone.
Y'all know what that is? You could get a 401k at any job, at anywhere you can.
But so basically with that, for real, I was 16. I went to the bank. I told him, like, yeah, I'm trying to invest. He was like, okay, what type of investments you trying to do? I was like, oh, I want to do this. He was like, oh, you don't even got enough money. The bank person told me that. I'm just thinking to myself, so, like, at that point, kind of shot everything down. I'm just like, all right, cool. I don't got money. I'm not going. Never thought about investing ever again. Then I was like, it was always little things that I kept thinking to myself and doing. And took till 2 years ago when I really started locking in by myself. When I went to Cali, I started meeting some people out there, and that's a whole different.
That Cali trip,
got
him. Yo,
that Cali trip,
this man funny. Yo.
That Cali trip changed. I'm being dead. So that Cali trip,
Kennedy,
that Cali trip changed me.
He hasn't told you about the Cali trip.
A lot of people don't know about it. I came back from Cali.
If you know Kennedy and he hasn't told you about the Cali trip, you probably still know the old Kennedy.
Yeah, you probably literally. If you that's big facts. If you haven't known about that Cali trip after I came back, that one trip changed me, bro. I came back, I looked at Baltimore and said, I don't belong here. I said, I don't belong here, bro. This ain't for me. And ever since that, it's really been different, bro.
This man literally told me, he was like, he walked out of this Orange County mansion every day and seen the nice sunset or the sunrise. Near the ocean, the body of water, like he walking breakfast made,
bro.
Already 5-star gourmet. He said he had to fly home to Baltimore.
What?
See, here's the thing. That's the thing, though. Like I just told Cornell that Drake said, once you're exposed to more, you're gonna want more.
Yeah, it's facts.
Simple.
No, it's really facts about that, and that's why I say, like, and it was crazy. Just the conversations that I was having with those people when I was out there was way different. Like, I mean, I remember I was talking to them. He telling me like, yeah, Ken, like, oh yeah, like we invest in this and we do this and blah blah blah. And I'm just like, dang. I think I was like 19 or 20, whatever, 20, probably 20 at the time. I'm just like. I met another 20-year-old. He was living in a house by himself, $5.5 million. I'm like, what? I didn't even think that was possible. I'm like, hold on, you living in what? He lived next to him, like, 5. I'm like, dang, you getting to it. I thought I was doing something. I ain't doing nothing compared to you. Like, he's 20 years old. He didn't live with his parents or nothing. $5.5 million. I'm like, yo, you really getting to it. But again, like, you expose yourself to what you really want to see.
Stu Kennedy told me that there was somebody living out there that used to buy toys. From China for like the
crazy.
low.
You would think it's so dumb, but it's really so smart.
Flip them joints on eBay.
You think it's so dumb, but it's really so smart.
Lived in a house that was $1 million off just that shit.
But the thing is like the weird part I'm catching because I'm listening to y'all. We're so focused on stuff that don't matter. These rappers are rapping on. That's why when Kenny said he don't even listen to it when he wakes up. Why? Because listen to what they rap about. Listen to what they talk. It's all the same stuff. Yeah. They talk about the same stuff every time.
It's still gonna be there for your enjoyment when you want to listen to it.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I love my music.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm a music head, especially hip hop. Yeah. I love it. But at the same time, bro, like they talk about the same stuff. Like you're consuming the same material. Yeah.
You are repeatedly.
I ain't gonna lie. Anybody who knows me knows that when I wake up in the morning. You might get a motivational quote video. Do I not? I be sending motivational quotes, videos that's just randomly at times to people. Like,
people told me like, damn, this man Kennedy sending me this shit right now. Like I'm playing the game. Like I'm not even trying to hear this. I'm like,
Yo said I ain't trying to hear this shit.
But the thing is, I know people are saying that though. You know what I'm saying? But I still do it though.
Send me a mental personal
I still send it just to be on, bro. Like you can never say like, Ken wasn't really trying to help me upbrain him to really.
Niggas be on here sending me. Not to discredit people, and some of these people know they are, but I don't care. Y'all can come see me. They be y'all sending me links to Murder Inc. Baltimore and stuff. Like, nigga, I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see that.
That's why
I don't want to see that. Stop sending me that. 2020. Stop sending me that, please.
Bro, like, I don't even
stop. Leave that in 2019, bro.
Stuff like that, cause like, bro, we don't talk about nothing but people dying or Baltimore. I don't care for that.
Turn on the news, you see this person.
We ain't gonna send it.
Right.
Yo, let me tell you.
How about the
other day, right? I had my nephew in the I was watching my cousin's son, and he was in the living room. He was just sitting there, just chilling. Like he's like less than 1 year old, so he don't know what's going on. But CNN is on, and this is they're covering this story on how this family's, this little girl in this family. She was like 3 years old. She died, and she fell out of a window on a cruise. Yeah, she I don't even think she was 3. I think she was like 1, 2, maybe less than 1. Like she said her grandfather was holding her, and then she came off his arm and then like went through the window and then like flipped. You know when John said joint, yeah, like flipped open and she came out and just fell like into the ocean and died.
Damn.
So I'm looking at this thing like, y'all really showing this, and I'm looking at my nephew looking like, y'all really showing this. Like, you lucky you're not old enough to really comprehend like what he's looking at. And he looking up at the TV, but like, he young, so he not really, so he like looking up and going back, and I'm like y'all really showing this, and he's over there like certain things I just put up on the TV screen. Like, y'all don't have to do all that. And on top of that, they got the family, the grieving family on there interviewing them and stuff. It's like, y'all lost your whole child. Like, why are y'all in front of cameras just talking? Like, y'all lost a whole child.
Because the media's in their face. Like, it's crazy.
Like, y'all need to watch what y'all put on the TV.
Yeah, the stuff you consume.
If the media could change the negative into positive and just talk about the positive things you can do in life, the positive passive incomes that you could make and things you could do, man, this world would be different. Like, I honestly think minorities would probably be at the top.
But don't get me wrong though. Don't get it wrong though. The world is balanced.
It is balanced for sure.
As long as it's bad, as long as good exists, there has to be bad.
Right.
As long as there's evil exists, there has to be some type of good.
I don't understand that. I really don't get that. Why is that a thing? Like,
it is a thing because
it's just a balance.
It is a balance, but
there always has to be an opposite to everything.
It is, but you gotta also remember though, like the way things are nowadays, the generation that we are growing up in, we're lucky, bro. First of all, we not suffering.
That's what I was about to
We're
say.
not going through nothing that they had to go through back in the day, bro. So it's like, it's so much opportunity out here, bro. That's what. Don't get it twisted. Everybody's not a boss. Everybody can't be a boss. Everybody can't be a leader. There's some people who are meant to literally just be workers. Like, you will meet some people who will say like, I don't want to own a business. I don't want to do this, but it's okay. But there's definitely better things you can do with your money. You know what I'm saying? That always comes back to not just only stocks, just investing in general. Like you said earlier, you can invest in your homeboy's business. Mm-hmm. There's so much you can do because that's what life is. To me personally, I feel like life is about that. Like, life, there's no rule book to life. You gotta remember that. It's not one at all. But it definitely is steps and things you can follow and ways you can go towards about to make sure that the way you live life is better off at the end of the day. You're more stable, or even like me, I don't want to be stable. I'm not gonna lie to you. I want to be better than stable. I want to be financial freedom. That's what I want for myself. Like, I'm trying to break that generational curse of not saying my peoples are bad or nothing like that, but like, I want to be up there. I want to be able to.
You always got to strive to be better. Yeah,
you got to, because like I can't.
I used to think my parents used to always say that shit.
I hate working for somebody.
As having black parents and also having African parents, they always just to grind you like, oh, I need you to be better than me and this, that, and the third. But and I used to ignore it, but like as I got older,
you understand it.
Bro, I understand it, bro. Like, you always have to be better. You have to strive to be better than your parents, bro. I'm telling you. No matter if your parents are somebody who is working 3 jobs,
striving to be better than P. Diddy.
You have to be better. You always have to advance. And your kids have to be better than you.
Your parents are crackhead, but you're striving to be better than the crackhead. They're still doing something. You're still being better. You're still progressing in some type of way.
Yeah, you're progressing the family tree.
Exactly. Still progressing.
Making your kids better.
You're not doing a general curse of crackheads in your family. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're still, everybody's path is not the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody might have started here. Somebody might have started up there. That's why I don't never get mad when people say like, oh yeah, like, You grew up this, you grew up that type of way. How can you get mad at somebody because that person's parent did
grew
what
up well?
Do?
Right,
like,
right.
Because that's the most dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Wrong
like,
work
I would never understand that. Like, people who hate on the rich kids, like P. Diddy's kids or Beyonce and all of them. It's like,
they put it on for them. You know what I mean? How can you be mad at that?
They suffered so their kids could run.
Exactly. That's the reason why they did what they're doing.
Isn't that what you're supposed to be doing that for, though?
Exactly.
So why are you mad? Because your parents.
No, it's jealousy. It's jealousy.
I used to love it when.
That's crazy though.
Living, where we live, it used to be an insult to tell somebody they live in a county.
Oh yeah, everybody live in the county now.
Nah, everybody want to live in the county now.
Everybody lives in the county now. Like, I'm keeping it G. Like, my parents started in the city, but I would never want to. Why would I go back?
I would never want to live in the city. I would never want to.
But why would I go back?
I would never want to live into the city, bro.
Why would I go backwards?
Living in the city is a very, not even just the violence, like the violence aside, living in the city is a very serious hassle. Parking is horrible. It's loud. It's just just living in the
crazy.
city is not it. All these big, especially if you're a person that wants to live in a big mansion, you'll never see a mansion in the city.
Yeah,
like you'll never see that. So no, I would never live in.
Isn't it crazy?
I would never live in the
Isn't
city.
it crazy how like a bunch of
I
people
work in the city. I just can't live there.
Wait, there's two things. One, like what you said, it's a balance, everything's already out here. Number one, everything is out here. It's not hidden.
Yeah, it's not.
Like you gotta find it, of course, but all you need to do is go on Google. Like we talked about this before.
The internet is so wide open.
It's so wide open. It's not even not. It's not like it's not fair. It's like, how are they doing this? Oh my God! Like they probably have this. They have that. It's just knowledge. All you gotta do is just go on the internet and get it.
People are so willing to show you what they do, bro.
So willing.
It's ridiculous how many people are willing to.
You'll be surprised, bro, what you can learn on YouTube.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And
very surprised.
Honestly, you know what thing people really are noticing and learning? You're making more money helping others than you are just helping yourself. You are. You really are though. Like you really truthfully are. Like
it's like
the ones
no,
the ones who making money are the ones who are helping other people. Like,
empowering.
Not the ones who are just sitting there making money for themselves, bro. Like because when you're empowering other people and helping them now, you're gonna get it back in some type of way or form.
Think
it's
about
gonna come
it.
back.
Think
bro.
about it.
I'm trying to tell you.
Name one
Think about
selfish billionaire.
Think about it. The owner. I'm just gonna use Instagram. The owner of Instagram. What is he doing? Not only is he empowering the people working for him. Why? Because they're multimillionaires and billionaires and creating jobs, right? And that betters the economy of the city they're in. That's why cities always want businesses to be started in their city. That's why they make their city more appealing. How are they empowering others? They're giving millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people
effective ways to talk to each other, see each other, reach each other, promote their businesses. What?
Look at all this stuff.
There's plenty of things.
And they offer it for free.
And what they're doing, they're empowering you and they're giving
They're
you.
empowering
They're
you.
helping you out. They're helping you. They're giving you a service and they're helping you. Like they could somebody. Let's just like saying prime example. Let's say like me now. Like I trade stocks, right? Or Cornell, we trade stocks, right? Of course, we're not at that level yet where we're helping. Like we're able to say, okay, we have a stock firm, and we're gonna you give us money, we take a percentage, and we're helping you some type of way achieve more money, whatever the case may be. You might get there sometime in life, but as right now the stage, we're just trading for ourselves. That's not really helping anybody. You feel me? But again, like I said, so our money's kind of secluded to what we can make, but we could make way more money helping other people doing what we do. You get what I'm saying? But it's like that's why I say, like in life, it's all about helping other people. I've learned that. Like I ain't used to think about it that way, but it is.
Yeah, it's all about empowering others. When you empower other people, when you add value to society, it gives you a financial kickback. And not even just a financial, it gives you a kickback. I'm telling you, focus on impact. Focus on change. This isn't like no video for a nonprofit organization. Yeah. I'm not trying to like be this person trying to really promote.
Do that. Nah, we actually trying to help y'all.
The more people,
help ourselves.
Yeah, the more people's lives you impact, the more people's lives you change for the better, the more money you will make. It's just that simple. You don't have to focus on the money. Just focus on the change. I remember I seen something on Instagram. Shaquille O'Neal said once he listened to the advice that Jeff Bezos said, it's all over Instagram. He said he listened to the advice that Jeff Bezos said. Instead of focusing on the amount of money that you can make, focus on how many people you can impact.
He said he's made bread ever since then.
I think he said double, triple, or quadrupled his money.
He did. He said that.
Either one of them. Focus on
is the same person.
Impact, bro.
Shaq is the same person who tipped somebody $3,000 once.
Yeah.
That's it's crazy.
Tipped them that.
But
she's known to tip very hard.
It says known to tip hard.
Let me be a waiter so I can go get that tip real quick and quit.
Hey man, but we get into a solid hour right here. We're not gonna end it though, because we are gonna.
Bro, we're going hard.
We're gonna transition to something that we said we weren't gonna talk to about.
Oh no!
In here, so for a couple of minutes, we just
trying to date an ambitious man.
Yeah.
And or woman, I don't know. I can only speak for myself.
It's gonna be 2 different podcasts.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to probably make it 2 different podcasts.
Okay, we'll just end this one here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying.
So this was another grateful episode of DAOC. This was episode 5? Yeah. So yeah, just another grateful episode of This is another grateful episode of AOC, man. Episode 5. I'm grateful for y'all coming through.
Already.
All y'all sit tight because we about to make another episode not like y'all. They gonna be posted at the same time because they're not. But yeah. So we'll see you in the next episode.
Yeah.
Audi 5000. That's how much I'm gonna make this year.
Okay. I'm trying to make a meal by 25.
Yeah. I like that.
1 mil, like $1 million.
$1 million.
25.
Yo, you guys were talking about some
Cut
key
that out
stuff,
when I
bro.
did a little face thing.
I wanted to